With people like Linus Tech Tips saying this.
As Google has made their Linux-based OS so polished over the years.
In my recent experience with Chrome OS, I find it really hard not to have an opinion like that. Chrome OS absolutely sucks ass. Although I think it has potential, but we'll get into that soon. The original video was really long, so I had to shorten it down. For those of you who are interested in a much longer, detailed video, there will be a link in the description down below. When you're in certain apps, such as the Play Store, you can't really use the mouse to scroll with. But if you scroll with the arrow keys, you'll see a scroll bar show up, but then when you go to move over with the mouse to go grab that scroll bar, it doesn't do anything. So you almost have to either use the arrow keys or the touchscreen to scroll through the menu. But if the touchscreen decides one day that it's not going to work anymore, then you have to use the arrow keys, which is quite annoying to maneuver through a menu with arrow keys. And it kind of defeats the purpose of having a laptop. Now, another thing that I noticed, and this is probably just an issue with this specific laptop, which is why I should have returned it instead of taking the $40 refund, is that there's a lot of artifacting on the screen. And I don't know if that's software based. If I completely factory reset, will that go away? Now, the plus to that is when you're gaming, it doesn't happen. And when you're streaming movies, it doesn't seem to happen. And most gamers, if they're not using the keyboard, they're going to want to use a controller such as this Gillikit KK3 Max, which I've done a review on. Really good alternative to the Xbox Series controllers. And even though Google Chrome has this built-in controller mapper, you can't seem to map any controls on the controller, just the keyboard. You also can't seem to map any of the buttons on the mouse. So I ended up finding out that there is an option in the menu of Diablo Immortal where you can activate a controller. But that led me to find one more flaw that makes Chrome OS absolutely suck. For some odd reason, when you connect the controller to here, it just keeps connecting and disconnecting, connecting and disconnecting, connecting and disconnecting. Genshin Impact, I tried it on here, no go. It actually took forever just to get the game set up with everything downloaded. It would kept freezing and shutting off. So I've had to keep opening and closing it, which will become a kind of a theme with some of the games that you download. But when I finally got to where I needed to get into the game, it just crashes. Asphalt 9, which that game runs on everything under the sun. As you can see, the controller natively works. I can drift with the controller. Another thing also is it just seems like Google took the Android system from your mobile phone, ported it over to a laptop, and then kind of started to tweak things here and there. It's not like they went in and completely from scratch decided that they were gonna build a Chrome operating system strictly for laptops or PCs. So there'll be little stupid junk like where it loads up in these little square bars. And yes, they did come in and their little dashboard, if you go and click at the top there, you can go and hit screen size and then hit resizable and it'll resize. But the only issue with that is when you do resize it, it's kind of pixelated because these games were designed to run on a small, like 5 to 7 inch screen and not this 14-inch screen. What other? There were more issues. Oh, another thing, which is a personal problem. You have the little menu button over to the side here. And you know how you're used to using a PC and you go over here thinking that the power button is going to be there to shut it down. It's not. Now, I will say I've used Linux, and a lot of the times Linux does. This is how Linux is. It'll have its own setting task over here where you power it off. But my stupid ass keeps going over here and clicking this thinking I'm going to shut the damn computer down. It's just me. I'm stupid. Well, my final thoughts on Chrome OS. With all due respect, it absolutely sucks ass. Just like I said in the beginning, Chrome OS, it sucks. I think I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. I think that Chrome OS has potential. For one, these laptops are very lightweight, and also they're extremely fast. Like, the boot up time is really quick.
Well, I mean, when you press that button, it does take a few seconds for it to get to the Chrome OS thing, and then it starts pretty fast.
The opening and closing of apps is really smooth. They load up really fast. Games load up pretty fast. Once they finally decide to finish downloading whatever they need to run, I kind of like the fact that I can connect this to my actual Android cell phone, so it's kind of like you stay in the same ecosystem. Down here, I could read my messages from my phone, amongst other things. I can unlock the laptop via the phone as well. So kind of being in that same ecosystem like the Mac ecosystem is kind of nice. It's just not there yet. And according to this little research that I did here, Chrome OS is pretty much, it was announced in 2009, and then it distributed to pilot program participants in December 2010, and first commercial Chromebook was released in June 15, 2011. So they've been at this for quite some time, and you'd think by now all these quirks would be hashed out. It'd be kind of nice if Google would actually fix all these I sounded like my mother. Google would actually fix all these issues that you have with Chrome OS, and it would actually function pretty smoothly on this, and they would get developers on board to design games and apps specifically for Chromebook. It would kind of be like Steam, where it would say this game is compatible with Chrome OS. If you have any questions on this Acer laptop, or there's a game that you'd like to see me test, let me know in the comments down below. I'll get that on the We Deem Gaming Community Facebook. Don't forget to go over there and check that out. Join, submit some of your reviews, things that you've picked up, controllers, computers, new gaming hardware, anything. Put it up there. I want to hear your opinion, because after all, We Deem is about all of us, the community, not just this dumb fool right here. The link to this laptop will be in the description down below. I don't suggest you buy it, but if you want to buy it for the same reasons that I did, really lightweight, it'll have all the Google apps I need, like Google Keep, Docs, web surfing, while also being fairly well at streaming and YouTube. That link will be there. As for now, I'll see you in the next one, where once again, who the hell knows what this random thought in my head will think up to review next.
Guys, instead of staring at my ugly mug, why don't you go ahead and check out one of our other videos? 1, 2, I'll wait. My busted face ain't going nowhere.